Well, good evening. You know what time it is. You're on with Big J, and let's talk. I'll be right back. All right, we thank you for being on with us tonight. As you see, we want to talk about LaMelo Ball, and not because it's just LaMelo Ball and everyone's following him. And right now, he seems like to be the rookie face of the NBA. My perspective tonight is a little bit different. I want to deal with all the shots he has taken as a 19-year-old. And when I say shots, from a physical perspective, as you see on the thumbnail, when you go back and you look at most of the games that he has played in, first, let me stop. Let me do this. Salute to the brothers and sisters who supported the live stream today. We appreciate you very much. To all those who were a part, shared your comments, shared your like, and shared your post. Even those who did subscribe, we see you. And for that, we say thank you. As you can see today, when you join with membership or when you join or give a super chat or a super sticker, we're putting it right back in the community. As you saw today that the form that we're using, it's almost professional like, and it's getting there and it's going to grow there. So we want to say thank you to all those. Big D-Mac, shout out Big Man. You did an amazing job today. See, the members of this team and this community, once you get a membership, you get a chance to actually run your own show or co-host. That's out the way. Let's talk. LaMelo Ball, he set all kind of records this year. The number 3 draft pick overall. So that shows you that he's worthy of being called a future franchise player. And with his ability and how he's able to play the game, I think that it's very critical that Charlotte finds a big man, someone who's exceptional in the pick and roll, someone who can play off ball when LaMelo has the ball, set screens for him, and be able to set picks when he goes to the baskets so he does not take shots like he took today and no one came to the rescue. See, in times past, that would have never happened because if you had an Anthony Mason on the court, or if you had a Oakley on the court, or if you had a Larry Johnson on the court, these individuals will make not just basketball players, but they set the tone that you're not going to injure our superstar. And when I sit back today and I didn't see really anyone step up and I don't know. I don't want to be negative and say fight. That's not what I mean. But when I didn't see anyone step up and make sure that Washington knows you're not going to do our man like that. It just ain't going to happen. Do it again, we're going to have a problem. And I just didn't see that. And for me, that was kind of dysfunctional, showing that the team does not have any functionality in the way that they're dealing with things or the way that they're handling their superstar. If you notice, the camera didn't even focus on James Borrego. How did he feel about that young man getting clothesline? Because when Kirk Rambis got clothesline back in the day, he got up and let it be known that ain't gonna happen. And that's what we were talking about today with D-Mac and on those on the show today. We talked about that. This sense of time in the NBA is totally leaning towards mediocrity and softness. And where that comes from, I don't know. Yes, I do. I take that back. Forgive me. It comes from a coach like James Borrego, who's never probably had to be in a situation to where he had to come out and be the dog and make sure things were right. You know, you can tell by his swag and Devontae's swag that they're a little bit on the opposite side of that nature of making sure that the player is taken care of. And I'm not talking about him at all. I'm just saying there's no way that you allow your future franchise player to take as many hits as he's taken this year. It makes no sense. Yes, he's 19. Yes, he says just basketball. Yeah, I'll recover. But guess what, man? In about 10 years, he's going to feel every hit, every knock, every bruise, everything that went on in these games, he's going to feel. LeBron James said, man, I'm a super athlete. Man, I work out, blah, 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 blah. But now every time you look around, he's injured. These are not current and consistent injuries. These are injuries that's dating over time to where now his body is not able to heal. I don't care what type of machine he goes in. His body is not able to heal and do the things it did 20 years ago. He's on a whole different level. So what I'm saying is LaMelo Ball has to be protected. As a coach, you see that he likes going to the hole. He's that smart. If his game is off from the perimeter, he's driving and kicking or driving and making a layup. Why? Because he's built to help the team. But is the team willing to help him? This has been such a frustrating season watching the Charlotte Hornets, man. I don't think any of us really know where this thing is going. When you lose 6 games and everyone's hollering, talking about, oh, they clinched the playoff. When did they clinch it? Tell me at what arena they clinched it in. So if you clinch a playoff by losing games, yeah, they had 6 playoff berths that they clinched. Yeah, you're right, 100%. So I'm telling you, this young man cannot afford to take the level of beatings that he's taking. Today when he got clotheslined, I know you're all basketball fans, and I know you know that was done on purpose. Watch this. There's no other player on the Charlotte Hornets that they fear except LaMelo Ball because of his ability to pass, his potential to shoot, his ability to pick and roll. They're not worried about Devontae Graham. They're not worried about Terry. They're not the team that are going to play in the play-in. They're worried about one person, and that's LaMelo Ball. Today wasn't intentional. It was intentional. Flagrant 2. I don't care what you call it. It was an intentional flagrant 2. And if you paid attention to the way he fell and recovered, he could have really injured his leg and that wrist again. I'm going to say it one more time so you can get the gist of it. That was an intentional flagrant 2. Okay, team, where you at? Are you coming? He just took a flagrant foul. Where you at? Oh, I see you, PJ, but you waltzing over there. You barely gonna bump somebody. He took an intentional, somebody intentionally tried to take your future star player out. Why? Because going into the play-in, everyone has scouted and they're only concerned about one person, LaMelo Ball. They're not concerned about Devontae Graham because they know he can't dribble, drive, and pass. They know his range from 3-point is good, but it's only going to last for so long. They know he can't pick and roll, so they're not worried about him. They're not worried about Terry. He runs so fast at times he turns the ball over too much. They're definitely not worried about Gordon Hayward when he comes back because there's no chemistry. Now, they got to worry about Miles Bridges, but that's one man. But the man that everyone is worried about is who? LaMelo Ball. They're worried. Today was an intentional foul just in case they have to play the Hornets very soon. See, this is what the NBA was about. We all know that. You want to make sure that player who can get that team over the hump just in case Scary Terry comes out and hit threes. Just in case Miles Bridges had over a 40-point game based on LaMelo dropping dimes. We have to make sure that the floor general is not able. That was an intentional foul. Go back and look at it. Replay it again and you will see it. And no one came to the rescue. And you know what I mean when I say rescue. It's one of them things. No one came to the rescue. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm not disappointed in that players who want to be kicked out and possibly not make the playoffs. I'm disappointed because you allowed your floor general to take a ready. And he's going to be ready to put the time in, show up, and make it do what it do. That's right. Make it do what it do. Hey, listen, I want to thank you for being on with Big Jake. You know what time it is. Hey, if you have not subscribed, now is your time and your opportunity. We're trying to get to 2,000 subs, and I think we're about 1,500 away. You could make it 14. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the community. This family here, we present sports, news, and information like none other. Become a part of what we do. We just don't ask you to be a member, but we give you perks and we support you as you build and develop what you're doing as far as your YouTube channel. All right, so we want to say thank you again for being a part of what we do, the community does here. You know what I'm about to say. Be the best, and the best you will become. Have an amazing day. God bless.